Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for July 2022. We're just going to jump right in here, Sag, and we're going to see what is going on for you at this time. You have that Regeneration card and the Tower, so some of you clearly could be healing from a Tower moment. It is coming up in your past position, and so you've probably already had the Tower moment or, some sort of falling out here. We're going to look into it in a minute, and we're just going to see what is going on for you. You start off with this Regeneration card. So again, clearly you could be, you could be healing from a Tower moment or some sort of separation or, whatever you want to call it with the Tower. The Tower is, waking up to reality. I always say I like the Tower personally. Yeah, the Tower can be uncomfortable, but nothing in the tarot is really good or bad. It's just loose advice at best, as I always say with the tarot. Shouldn't be taken seriously at all, and I basically do this for a living, so there you go. Well, that should tell you something. But what I would say is that the Tower is part of the Fool's journey. It's part of our journey. We are constantly going through Tower moments. If we didn't, life would be pretty freaking boring, if you ask me. But you have the Tower, the Strength card, and the Seven of Pentacles. Again, the Tower, these people have been ignoring reality for too long. So the Tower is kind of not really a wake-up call, but it can be a sudden shock to the system because the reason they're falling out of the Tower is they built those walls up too high around them and they've been ignoring reality. So in a lot of ways, I feel like you had a moment of waking up to reality in the recent past. Could have been shocking. For some of you, I definitely feel it's financial, like maybe you owed a bunch of money to a person all of a sudden or to a business or whatever. Could have been one of those types of moments. Or maybe you lost some money, something along those lines. But the good news is you have the Strength card. So it's like you've gained strength. Strength, I love the Strength card because it is a card of learning or having learned from a situation. You can see that she's taming this lion. This lion has its tail between its legs. And that represents her like inner voice or inner critic or inner demons, whatever you want to call it. And she's been taming those things. And she works on it. It's something that she works on every single day. So the Strength card is like a daily practice. It can represent doing something every single day to stay strong. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. Like I said, I feel there's definitely a change here. You're moving away from this Tower energy, which is great. I feel like you're moving towards, bigger and better things. He's looking at those pentacles and, he's like saying, is the juice worth the squeeze, as I love to say, but he has been growing those pentacles for a long time. And now he's kind of looking and saying, is there something better that I could be growing? Is there something different that I could move on to? And he's kind of looking for a change in direction. So again, I kind of like this. I feel like you've learned from, pretty simple. I feel like you've learned from a recent Tower moment, and now you're just ready to open up to something else. Next, you have this Canary spirit. It says, sing your own song. I do feel this is talking about going on your own journey, your own path. In this row, we'll talk about it, but you have the Fool. Fool is like a new beginning, starting a new journey. And again, the whole point of the tarot is we go from the Fool to the World in the Major Arcana. That's the Fool's journey. So whenever we get the Fool, we're kind of like starting a new journey in our life. We're starting something new. For you, I feel, again, it has a lot to do with you. And you might be saying, well, that's always true. It's always us. Well, yeah, but it's like sometimes we do things, I think, that maybe belong to another person. I think about this office space, right? My parents, other people in my life were like, you should get an office. You should get an office. I didn't really want an office, right? So, it's kind of like one of those things. I'm not bad at them for suggesting get an office, and I was willing to try it, right? Getting an office space and everything, but wasn't really what I wanted to do. And I kind of feel that. The reason I'm telling you this is I feel this for you, Sagittarius. I feel there's like certain things that maybe you've done in the past that really are for other people, not for you. And I feel like you need to kind of think about that with this card, because it's like now you're clearly going off on your own journey, the Fool here, and you have the Fool, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Wands. A lot of cards here that would represent you. You have this, which is you. So I feel like the King of Wands is saying you kind of have a different vision for your future. I always say that the King of Wands, he's like the true entrepreneur in the tarot. He's also like the visionary entrepreneur. He's kind of more on the creative side of things. He has the vision for what he wants it to look like, and he kind of he can create that vision, right? He's maybe not so practical. Like we could also say that the King of Pentacles could also be an entrepreneur, King of Pentacles is a little bit more practical. He maybe has a little bit more of a solid plan that he wants to follow. He's kind of more nuts and bolts, right? He kind of understands like the things that need to be done. This guy here, he's more like the dreamer, and he really, I wouldn't call it so much the dreamer as I would say that he really trusts his desires. Like he has a desire to do something, and so he does it, but there might not be some practical reasons behind it. And I kind of feel that for you, where it's like this adventure right here, the Fool, maybe there aren't necessarily practical reasons, or maybe there isn't any practical ideas. You might not be following some practical ideas is what I'm trying to spit out here, but I feel like you kind of have a feeling about something in your life, like an idea, a business idea, excuse me, a new path that you want to go down or follow, a new adventure you want to go on. And again, maybe it's not so much practical, but I feel you kind of have a feeling about something, and that's really what I'm trying to get at here. I feel like you're stuck with the Eight of Swords because, again, it doesn't make logical sense, maybe, or maybe what the ideas that you have aren't necessarily logical. And I feel like you need to set yourself free with this Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. And if we look at these two diagonals here in your reading, Tower, Eight of Swords, Four of Cups, maybe a past Tower moment has created a lot of doubts. But if we go this way, it's like, again, Queen of Wands. She's very bold, very assertive. She really goes for what she wants. And I feel that this reading is encouraging you to maybe not listen to, the practical side of things, and listen more to your desires and also what you want to do with your life. And I feel that this reading is pretty simple. That's what's encouraging you to do. You have this Capricorn card. It says achieve on it. I feel like you will be achieving great things in the near future if you kind of take some sort of leap of faith with that Fool card. You have the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Four of Cups. You have the King and Queen of Wands. So if you're looking for love, definitely could be a divine counterpart coming in for you here with the Queen of Wands. I also feel the Queen of Wands could be talking about needing to be bold, needing to be assertive, really needing to go for what you want. Because again, I feel that there is a change coming into your life right now. It's not so much practical. Like I said, it's more, I wouldn't even say dreamy. I just feel it's a little bit more, kind of dreamy, a little bit more open-ended, a little bit more uncertain. You even have the Nine of Swords. I feel like the Nine of Swords is past doubts. So, again, I know I'm speaking very generally here, but I really feel this has to do with your entire life, Sagittarius. Like this, a new beginning, or singing your own song, living your own life. It's like maybe you have a career and you're like, I'm going to start a commune in the jungle, and not very practical, right? But maybe it's part of your spiritual journey. Maybe it's what you're truly meant to be doing. Maybe it's whatever. So I feel for a lot of you, it's kind of like the thoughts right now are Nine of Swords. Like, what are people going to think if I do this? Am I going to be successful? Am I going to fail? So I feel very much that type of energy. You even have the Four Cups. Maybe you've tried in the past and it didn't work out. I also feel sometimes the Four Cups is not really a compromise, but I'm just going to use that word to make it easy. It's kind of like a compromise from the universe. What I mean by that is it's like maybe you want to start a commune in the jungle. Maybe you don't really have the money to do it, but you could also maybe start a commune in your basement. It's not like exactly what y'all want, but it's close. And the Four of Cups to me is kind of like a stepping stone. Sometimes we might have an idea to start something. The universe is like, okay, well, why don't you try it first? And that's like the Four Cups. I think that's why the Four Cups can really seem like a disappointment, because it's like not exactly what you want, but I feel like you're getting very close. Let's see, where the hell is this reading going? Let's ask. With the Tower, you have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Hangman wanting to pop out there as well. This could say that you delayed a Tower moment for too long. Again, if you have a career and you're meant to start a commune in the jungle and you don't, then the universe is going to cause a Tower moment. I feel like the universe makes Tower moments happen when we do things that we think we're supposed to be doing. Again, I've been saying this for like the past 3 years at least, that we have Neptune and Pisces right now. Neptune and Pisces is a direct challenge to traditional beliefs. Traditionally, we are taught that we have to go to school and get a career. Says who, right? Is really the question. Neptune and Pisces is like, why? Neptune and Pisces asks why to everything that we do in life. It's like, again, a challenge to especially traditional beliefs, things that we believe just because our grandparents told us to do it, just because, society tells us to do it. And so if we don't listen to those things, then we have a tower moment. The universe is like, okay, well, you're not meant to do this. I'm going to show you. And I feel like some of you have definitely been through that. The Two of Pentacles I like, though, because I feel it's more talking about duality. It's like saying, yeah, okay, maybe you had a tower moment, you experienced a loss, but there is the other side. There is something else coming in for you. Here you go. I love it. With the Strength card, you have the Judgment card. To me, the Tower and the Judgment card, which you have both, you have the Tower right here, Judgment right here. To me, Tower and Judgment is a major revelation. It's like a major wake-up call. Definitely the most powerful combination in the tarot, both those two cards together. So I kind of feel like you're waking up to like new opportunities. I feel like you could be waking up to, just having revelations about like what you want to do in your life and all that other stuff. Let's see. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups. And it's like emotional fulfillment here for you. I just, literally, those are the only words that I'm getting on this Queen of Cups is emotional fulfillment. There are people showing up in this reading. Having said that, I feel like this reading is one of those readings that's about you, Sagittarius. I don't think it's really, I really don't think it's talking about anyone else. I feel like it's encouraging you to be emotionally fulfilled on your own. What does that mean? With the Fool, you have the Lovers. Of course, something has to come up to totally contradict what I just said, right? Naturally. But there could be love, of course, coming in for you. One thing I will say is that the Lovers has a lot to do with your values and the things that you value in life. It doesn't necessarily have to be love or another person. I feel for a lot of you, it's like you could be discovering some things that you do value. And again, when we really truly nurture the things that we value, we get more of it. It's like the problem is that like society or whatever, we think, oh, I need a new mansion or I need, 10 Ferraris or whatever. And so those aren't, but we really don't really value those things. They're just kind of maybe, they're just wealth objects, right? And trust me, I'm a big fan of wealth objects. I love Ferraris. Actually, I like Lambos better, but it doesn't matter, right? So I'm not saying you shouldn't get those things, but it's like, do you truly value them? If you do, then you should work your ass off to get it, right? But if you don't, then you shouldn't. And when we get clear on our values, and we actually attract more abundance because we understand the things that we value, the experiences that we value to have. There are plenty of people, again, trust me, I fully support making as much money as you possibly can. I'm not like one of those spiritual teachers that are like, rich people are bad. I do not believe that at all, right? I think we should all be, what I think is bad is the fact that we're taught that we can't all be wealthy and abundant and all those things. That's what's bad, right? And, but what I would say here is like, what experiences do you value? And the Lovers asks us to think about that. Here you go. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is like a garden. It's an opportunity. I do feel there could be like a big opportunity coming in for you to create more valuable experiences, but it's probably outside of the practical, which I feel this reading is really focusing on for whatever reason. So it's like, I'm not saying you're leaving your career, but there might be some challenges to what is practical in your life. And I feel like there's a lot of success in that. With the King of Wands, you have the Emperor. I kind of feel like this is your energy. I feel like you're entering into a very strong period. We've already talked about this. You're becoming more successful. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups. Definitely could be a knight in shining armor coming in for you. Someone who sweeps you off your feet if you're looking for love. Someone very, just a very solid person. Again, if you're looking for love. What I will say is that the Knight of Cups is a lot about your dreams as well. Outside of love, the Knight of Cups is about kind of accomplishing the things that you dream of having or creating in your life. And I feel like a lot of you could be doing that. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Magician. So some sort of new beginning coming in for you. I really feel like you're extremely powerful at this time, like as far as creation is concerned. You could be creating a lot or, creating a lot of new opportunities and things with the Magician. And with the Four of Cups, you have the Three of Swords. I would say don't be heartbroken. I feel, I've talked about this a million times that I think pretty much all of us, it's like we're getting kind of like a stepping stone. I would say that this year, next year, until 2025, there's like a lot of stepping stone energy, meaning that maybe we have this idea, this big dream. And I feel like we just need to realize that we are manifesting the big dream, the thing that we want. I keep telling people, Neptune and Pisces, dream big, take your dream, multiply it by 1,000. And it's like, you're probably going to get like halfway there right now until you get to the next step. I feel like the trick right now is to not get disappointed in the step, in the stepping stone, because I feel like, we can get a stepping stone. We can say, this isn't really what I want. I'm not really there yet. This isn't really close enough to what I want. Really it is, but we just need to realize it. But this is a very good reading. I love this. So thank you for being here, Sag. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.